Alright, hello everyone. Thank you for joining on this another live stream today. So this is the 28th of March and this is on Sunday. So this is Sunday. So every Sundays I cover Forex pairs, commodity, gold, and also US oil, crude oil, and also indexes. And then we look at review the next week news, fundamental news. So yeah, let's get started now. Okay, so thank you for joining everyone once again. Good to see you. BS, NG, Karim, Martin, Saeed, and Kayon, Asif, Marianne, and everybody else. Thank you for joining. Good to see you here. So let me give you the overview of the weekly chart today. But before moving further, just a quick reminder is that this information is based on my experience and knowledge. So when you take trades, please do with your own risk management. Okay, so let's check the weekly chart from Euro USD and downwards. And before doing that, let me quickly say thank you for joining to this Ichimoku membership JPY, Pino, Bals. Thank you for joining. So make sure you access Discord through the link on the Ichimoku website. You can access to this Ichimoku website of mine. Scroll down and there is a link to join Discord. So make sure you join Discord to get all the... Okay, so I review the weekly charts because this is where the weekly candles are closing. Every weekends I check weekly charts, every month ends I check monthly charts, and every day end I check the daily charts. So starting from the Euro Dollar weekly chart, this is now ranging. The direction is ranging and the momentum is ranging too, because the Kumo flat and Kijun Sen flat and the Chikou span touching the candles, and the price is in between Kumo Kijun Sen. So this is the sign of range. So in the weekly basis, this might be going up or it might go down, and we don't know which way it's going. On the daily chart and below, this is downtrending, but on the weekly chart basis, this is flat ranging. So with that in mind, you better take trades on the daily or lower time frames. So that's Euro Dollar. And moving on to Euro AUD, this is also downtrending because the Kumo's down, Kijun Sen flat, and Tenkan Sen flat, but Chikou span below the candles. So momentum is downtrending. I should say momentum is bearish. Direction is flat. So the price might be supported by the previous support 1.5287 level. Next week it might bounce, and sooner or later it can break downwards this way. So it's either you wait for the breakout and sell, or you wait for the retracement and sell. Most likely it's going to break downwards next week, but we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, I say that this is a potential breakout because the price is located below Tenkan Kijun Kumo and Chikou span below the candles. And this is like the P wave triangle. We can see the P wave triangle like this, descending triangle. So you can retest the small triangle like this and goes down this way too. Or it can just simply breaks the previous support next week. So we'll see on this one. Okay, and let's see Euro Pound. Euro Pound is downtrending also on this weekly chart. The Kumo down, and Kijun Sen flat, Tenkan Sen down, and Chikou span below the candles. So this is bearish, and this is a downtrend. So it can break the previous support also, 0.8538 level, downwards this way next week. So we look at the daily chart and lower time frames and see how it plays out. We had the doji candlestick on last week. We can clearly see the doji candlestick So once it breaks, it can go fast. It can go very fast. So let's see if it happens next week or not. So that's Euro Pound weekly chart. So let's go to Euro JPY. Alright, Euro JPY is still bullish. The Kumo is up, Kijun Sen is flat, Tenkan Sen up, and Chikou span above the candles. So we had the bearish downtrend last week and last week. So it broke the trend line, but still on a weekly basis, the price is above Tenkan Kijun Kumo here, so it can continuously go up like this way. This might be the support by the Tenkan Sen weekly chart, and it can still go up like this on this N wave. So we can foresee this in this kind of momentum because we had previous supports by Tenkan Sen, so it can be supported next week or next week and goes up like this. But once the market breaks the Tenkan Sen, then it might reach back to Kijun Sen. So whether the market will break the Tenkan Sen or not on the weekly chart is the key on this Euro JPY. Okay, so let's move on to Euro CAD. Left part of the display screen is a bit off. Okay, so let me just fix it like this. Okay, and on the right part too, like this. Oops, I think the screen, I changed the width of the screen, so that's why I think it's kinda in misplace. So okay, I think it looks good now. Alright, so this is Euro CAD and weekly chart. This is bearish also, but this one is more of weekly and week bearish because the Kumo flat and Kijun Sen Tenkan Sen flat, and also Kijun Sen Tenkan Sen are in the Kumo here. So Chikou span is the only one that shows bearishness, but all the four lines are still flat, and the Tenkan Sen and Kijun Sen are in the Kumo. So there's a chance that the market will be supported at this previous support 1.4798 and it goes up, retrace next week. So we have to watch out. We cannot be really optimistic for the breakout on this particular situation. Okay, so let's move on to the Euro Swiss franc. And this one is weekly chart. This is flat, right? Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, Tenkan Sen is up, and Chikou span above the candles. So this is bullish, but now this is in the P wave, and this is flat Kijun Sen, flat Kumo. So it might retrace backwards to the Kijun Sen. So we have to be careful of the retracement. Until it breaks the P wave, we better wait for it next week. So that's the this Euro Swiss franc. Right, and dollar JPY, and this is also a weekly chart. Hold on, let me delete these candles and these lines for now. So yeah, dollar JPY weekly basis, this is very tricky because the Kumo just twisted bullish, but this is still like a newborn Kumo here, and Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen are up, but these are still below the Kumo. And Chikou span is up, so this is good in terms of this uptrend. But because of this Kumo and Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen below the Kumo, the price might be resisted at this 109.71 level, and it might retrace next week. So better be careful on this retracement. However, when it breaks, it can go very fast because we have the engulfing candle. We have this outside bar. So once it breaks the previous support, previous resistance, it can go fast. So then you can look for the buy chance afterwards. And let's move on to dollar Swiss franc. So this is bearish Kumo, and Kumo itself is flat. Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen up, but this is still below the Kumo, and the price is into the Kumo here. So in this case, on the weekly basis, it's very difficult to foresee which way it's going. It might go up and down, and we don't know which way it's going until it breaks the Kumo. Once it breaks, then it becomes a Sanyaku Koten signal. Number 1, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen cross, and Chikou span already broke. So after we see the Kumo breakout, that will be the signal, and the market can go up furthermore. So on the weekly basis, we better wait for the Kumo breakout in this condition. Otherwise, it might retrace. And moving on to USD CAD, this is bearish in its momentum. Kumo is down. It's a very thick Kumo, long Kumo, so this is a long-term downtrend. But the Kijun-sen flat, Tenkan-sen flat, so in direction it's flat. The last week was retracement, but the Chikou span below the candles, so this is still bearish. I still see the price is below Tenkan Kijun Kumo here, so this is still bearish. And also the price has been resisted by the Tenkan-sen a couple of times in the past. So next week we might see the Tenkan-sen bounce and it can go down like this. But once it breaks, then we better not to look for sell chance anymore. We might see the lower time frames to be uptrending. So in this case, once the market breaks the Tenkan-sen on a weekly chart, then we better switch it to daily or 4 and follow the uptrend on these lower time frames. And moving on to Pound USD, this is uptrending on the weekly chart. We have the Kumo up, both the Senko span B up, A up, and Kijun-sen up, Tenkan-sen up also, and Chikou span above the candles. So this is bullish, right? This is bullish, so it can go up in the future by the weekly basis. And this one also was bearish last week, as we see this a bearish candle. But in the long term, on the weekly basis, this is still uptrending. So once you see the turn on the daily chart from bearish to bullish, or forward chart from bearish to bullish, then we can look for the buy chance in lower time frames. So that's pound dollar. And pound JPY, this is a beautiful uptrend still. So Kumo up, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen up, Chikou span above the candles. So this one is a very nice uptrend. And also the daily chart shows also the uptrend. We have the Kumo up also in the daily chart, and Kijun-sen up also, Chikou span above the candles. And last Friday, it broke the Tenkan-sen, so it can go up, and I expect the market break of this 152.53 level here. Sorry, 573 level here. So this is bullish, so I'm looking for the buy chance next week actively on this pound JPY. Okay, and let's move on to the pound AUD. Right, pound AUD is flat on the weekly chart. The Kumo itself is flat, and Kijun-sen flat, Tenkan-sen retracing, and Chikou span overlapping with the candles. So this is flat ranging, so not a good one to take trades next week. And pound CAD, this is also ranging at the moment. We have Kumo flat, Kijun-sen flat, Chikou span very close to the candles, and last week was doji candlestick. So this is the sign of the range. So no trend, no trace. Pound Swiss franc looks to be a nice uptrend on the weekly chart. The Kumo up, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen up, both ones uptrending, and also Chikou span is above the candles. So this one is bullish, so we can expect a breakout next week. It can break the previous high at this 1.29904 level, or it can break the round number of 1.30 level. And once it breaks, it can go very fast. So that will be a great buy chance on this one too. And moving on to AUD USD pair, this is the Kumo is uptrending. So in the long term, this is bullish. However, in the short to mid term, Kijun-sen flat, Tenkan-sen flat, so it's ranging in the short term, mid term. but Chikou span above the candle still, so this is bullish. So this might become a fake head and shoulders, and it can still go up on this N wave like this. So, but once the market breaks the neckline at this 0.7569 level, then it can go down to Kijun Sen and breaks the Kijun Sen, and it might go down to the Kumo. So, yeah, whether the market will break this level, this leg line of 0.766 level, or whether it breaks previous high is a key on this one. And moving on to AUD CAD PR2, this is also the similar setup as AUD USD. The Kumo is up, but the Senko span A retracing backwards, and Kijun Sen flat, Tenkan Sen bearish, and Chikou span also very close to the candle. So this is bearish, and the price looks to be breaking the Kijun Sen last week, and also Doji candle breakout. So yeah, I think this is bearish or range. So it can go backwards to the Kumo. So on the weekly basis, there is no trend on this one. So here is AUD JPY. The Kumo is up, the Senko span B up, A up, sorry, A is flat. B is the only one that's up, and Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen flat. Chikou span above the candles, so this is bullish in its momentum, but direction is flat at the moment. And we had the Doji candlestick last week, so once the market breaks the previous high on the weekly Doji candle, which is 84.40 level, then it can break further up, and it can break even the previous pin bar at this 85.48 level, and then it can go up like this. But once it breaks the Tenkan Sen and the previous Doji on this price level, 82.27 level, then it can go backwards to the Kijun Sen. So that will be the key for next week. And AUD CHF, this is also Senko span B flat, A flat, Senko span B up, and A is flat, and Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen both flat. Chikou span above the candles, and this is bullish momentum. But because these Kumo, Senko span A, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen all flat, the price retracing, and we also have the Doji candlestick forming. So this is too bullish, so we can expect the break upwards, but better to wait until it breaks the previous week's Doji candlestick high on this 0.7192 level. So let's go to CAD JPY. This is also bullish. The Kumo flat, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen flat, Chikou span above the candles. But last week was bearish. Last week was bullish. So we can still expect the market will go up on the N wave. And Swiss franc JPY is flat completely. Kumo flat, Kijun Tenkan flat. Chikou span very close to the candles, and we had the Doji candlestick last week. So it can break towards either direction. It can break towards up or down, either direction. It's very difficult to read because of this flatness of these lines. So better to avoid spending time and look at these charts. And finally, covering this CAD CHF, this is uptrending on the weekly chart. The Kumo's up, Senko span BA up, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen up, and Chikou span above the candles. Right, so this is uptrending. And also we had the outside bar. We had the outside. So once it breaks the previous high at 0.7493 level, it can go up continuously. So better to wait for the breakout on this outside bar and expect a breakout towards the upside and look for the buy chance afterwards, would be my view. Okay, so now let's cover the gold. I know lots of traders are interested in gold, so let me give you my analysis on the weekly chart. So on the weekly basis, we had the Kumo turning bearish, but this is still flat and very tiny Kumo here. So this is not trustable in its direction in long term. And also Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen also flat. Let me enlarge the picture. So Kumo's very tiny, too short, and the Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen flat, and they are in the Kumo. So Chikou span showing bearish, but because of this, Kumo and Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen are all in this flatness, the price has no direction. It can go up or down, and we don't know which way it's going. It might come back into the Kumo here, so we better stay away on this gold chart at this moment. But because the price itself is below Kumo, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen, and Chikou span below the candles, it can go bearish. This is bearish in its momentum, so it can go bearish in the long term, but at this moment, direction-wise, this is flat, so we're not sure where it's going. And also, in terms of candlestick, we had this engulfing candle here too. This is the inside bar. So once it breaks, it can go down. Once it breaks downwards, it can go downwards to the previous low. But once it breaks, it can go into the Kumo. So we'll see which way it breaks on this one. And US oil, crude oil is also bullish in its momentum, but direction is now flat. We had the Kumo flat, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen flat, Chikou span above the candles. So this is bullish in its momentum, and looks like the market has been supported by the Tenkan-sen 2 times on this weekly chart. So it can go up like this, but once it breaks the once it breaks the Tenkan-sen, the blue one, then it can go downwards to the Kijun-sen. So whether the market will be supported by the Kijun-sen or not will be the key for next week. So that's the oil analysis. So let's move on to indexes. Starting from the Nikkei, this is now flat. We have Kumo, Senko span B up. So in the long term, this is uptrending, but in the short to mid term, this is flat because we have Senko span A flat, plus we had the both Tenkan Kijun-sen flat. And Chikou span above the candles, so this is bullish still. But now we see it ranging market. We have ups and downs in these candlesticks, so this is very difficult to foresee which way it's going. But one thing for sure is that previously the market has been supported by the Tenkan-sen. So whether the market will be supported by Tenkan-sen or not, next week will be the key. Once it breaks, it can go down to the Kijun-sen. So moving on to Dow Jones, this is also bullish trend right now. We have the Kumo is up, the Senko span B is up, but A is flat, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen flat, and Chikou span above the candles. So this is too bullish. Yeah, I think it's gonna break the previous high next week and continue to grow upwards this way. And also this one too, this was a little bit of overshoot by the market. Looks to be supported by the Tenkan-sen. At least it doesn't go backwards to Kijun-sen, but supported more of the Tenkan-sen and go upwards. So once the market reaches to the Tenkan-sen next week, then it can bounce and goes up like this. So that's a possible scenario on this Dow Jones. And touching the Nasdaq, Nasdaq is also bullish because the Kumo's up, both Senko span B up, A up, and Kijun-sen is uptrending, and Chikou span above the candles. The price is still above Kijun-sen and Kumo here, so this is good. So this is bullish, so it can break upwards this way next week. But once it breaks the Kijun-sen, then it might go backwards to the Kumo. So whether the market will be breaking the Kijun Sen or not is a key next week. And touching on this S&P on the weekly chart, this is the most bullish market among these 3 US indexes. So we have the Kumo up, but also the weekly chart, the Senko Span B is up and also A is up. Kijun Sen is up also. Tenkan Sen flat and Chikou Span above the candles. So this is more bullish than this Nasdaq and US 30 Dow Jones. I think S&P 500 is the most bullish market among these 3 US indexes. So it can break and continue to grow upwards next week. Is my view. And Euro stock is also uptrending nicely. The Kumo is up. Yeah, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen both up, and Chikou Span above the candles. So this is bullish. And also we had the Doji candlestick breakout. We had the previous Doji breakout last week. So this is potential bullish trend onwards. Okay, and the next one, FTSE 100. This is the Kumo flat right now, and Kijun Sen flat, Tenkan Sen flat, and Chikou Span above the candles. So momentum, this is bullish. Chikou Span above the candles, and the price is above Tenkan, Kijun, Kumo. But direction wise, this is flat, and this is more the P wave. So we better wait for the P wave breakout. And in this case, potentially it breaks upwards because the momentum is bullish. But once it breaks downwards, then it can continuously be in a range like this. So we'll see next week. And the next one is CAC France. On the weekly basis, this is now flat. We have only the Senko Span B flat, but Senko Span B is up, but A is flat, and Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen flat, and Chikou Span above the candles. So this is bullish in its momentum, but now we have retracement and then flat. So it might be going down backwards to Tenkan Sen next week. So we have to be careful for the retracement, or it can be in the range next week too. So we'll see how it plays out. And so next one is a Nifty. Okay, so Nifty weekly chart still shows the uptrend. Direction momentum, this is uptrending because the Kumo is very thick and long enough. And also Senko Span B is up, A is up also. And Kijun Sen is up. And Chikou Span above the candles. And the price is sort of supported by the Tenkan Sen. So although we see last 2 weeks were bearish, I think it still goes upwards this way. Because this is the potential end wave still on this bigger picture. Like this way. This is the potential bullish trend like this. And that's what the Kumo and Kijun Sen shows. And also Tenkan Sen shows bullish too. So this is bullish. We can still expect the bullishness in this market. And next one is Hansen. Hansen is now flat, retracing. We can see the Kumo, Senko Span B and A are going opposite direction, so this is flat right now. And also Kijun Sen is up, but because of this divergence of Senko Span A and B, this Kijun Sen angle might become fake, and the market might go down this way to Kijun Sen. So this is bearish, and the bearishness is very weak. So this is a very tricky market to be in. So better to wait until the next decent trend come on the weekly chart on this one. And let's see the AU200. This is bullish right now from Ichimoku perspective because the Senko Span B up, A up, and Kumo is very thick like this. So this is a strong bullish momentum. And Kijun Sen is up, Chikou Span above the candles, and the price itself is now above Tenkan, Kijun, Kumo here. So this is bullish, and we can expect the breakout at this previous high, at this 69.115 level. It can break upwards like this next week. And once it breaks, you can look for the buy chance in lower time frames. And so the next one is DAX index. DAX index is now forming the engulfing inside bar, but still the price is above Tenkan Kijun Kumo, Chikou span above the candles, so this is bullish. So we can still expect the market breaks the previous high of this engulfing, which is 14,798. Once it breaks, it can be a buy. And also, even the market retraces backwards to the Tenkan-sen, it can be supported and it goes upwards this way, because it's been a pattern for the last couple of weeks or months like this. Okay, and so that covers the whole index. So let me cover and review the news for next week, and then I will cover the comments on this chat. So hold on, let me bring up the news website. I use the fxstreet.com, and this is a good one, so you can also refer to it too. Hold on, let me open it from here. Yep. Okay, and let's see. Yep, so next week we have only 3 trading days in the month of March, and we're moving to April. But because of the Easter, the market might have less volatility, so we'll see. So let's see, this is, yeah, so this week, you know, every week or every month, on the first week of the month, we have lots of big news. So in that sense, we might have some volatility next week. So first, let me hide the chat so that you can see more information. So next Monday, we have no news. This is March 29th, and March 30th on Tuesday, we have only one important news from Germany. This is CPI in Germany report, so it might impact Europe here. And Wednesday, we have a GDP report in pound, so it can be impacting. And also CPI and Euro itself, we have the report. And then Biden's speech at ADP is there next week. So ADP report is very important to remember next week in the US. So that's the next Wednesday. And next Thursday, April 1st, we have the retail sales in AUD currency, and also retail sales on Germany. So AUD and Euro can be affected by these news. And also the last one on Thursday is the ISM manufacturing PMI in the US. So this is also important to remember. And Friday we have, of course, non-farm payrolls. So this is the big event. Yeah, even if you're not interested in this news, you have to watch this one. Next Friday we have NFP, non-farm payrolls, and 2nd of April. So be careful when you take trades on the USD currency pairs. So that covers the whole overview for next week. So yeah, from now, let me cover some of the comments. And we have Ichimoku Zoom Cafe, Zoom meeting. This is a monthly Ichimoku community event. We meet face to face and communicate by Zoom. So that's coming up in about 20 minutes. So this live stream will be ending in about next 10 minutes. So let me try to cover as many comments as possible on this chat. So once again, thank you for joining, everyone. It's great to see you on this relaxing Sunday. So let's see, Said says, Hi Mr. K, I have been watching your videos every day and have so much to learn about Ichimoku which I don't know previously. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Said. I'm glad you're learning from my everyday lives and videos. Yeah, I try to be informative as much as possible. So hopefully you continue to enjoy my contents on my YouTube channel. Yeah, thank you for the words. Let's see, Said says, do you use the AB equals CD pattern for fractal breakout for entry? No, I don't. For the entry timings, I capture the edge by 5 or 15 minute time frames, and I use price action in candlestick patterns and lines and Fibonacci bounce and stochastics and Bollinger Bands. That's pretty much it. And also the Tokyo box breakout I use also for JPY pairs. Okay, and thank you for joining everyone. Thank you for the participations as always. Let's see. Unfortunately, I don't watch stock markets, so I can cover it some other day. Today, let me focus on these Forex pairs on my watch list or indexes or gold and US oil. Yeah, let's see. Omar says, Mr. K, do you apply Jugi Kakugi in title suchi numbers? In your experience, is this practical or hindsight? I don't really use Jugi Kakugi in title suchi numbers. Only if I see these, I apply, but it's very, very rare to find. It's rare to find. I prefer more on the waves like N and I and V waves, and also time cycles in title suchi, in consecutive title suchi numbers. Yeah, I mean that's easier to identify because my intention is to save time, to reduce the screen time, and I capture which one to take trace. So time efficiency is my key. So in that sense, I don't want to take time to check these charts from these Jugi Kakugi or other Ichimoku theories. I mean, I know the knowledge, and once I see it, I use it, but that's not my main part of my strategy. Practically speaking, that's not my main strategy. Alright, and thank you for joining everyone. Good to see you once again. Okay, Arun says, hello K, pound dollar Sanyaku Gyakuten formation in daily chart. Kumo breakout yet to happen still. Alright, let's check pound USD. So, okay, pound USD daily chart. Let's see if there is a Sanyaku signal. I see that there is no Sanyaku signal yet as of now. I only see Tenkan Kijun break and Chikou span breakout, but the Kumo breakout is not happening yet. Once the market breaks the Senko span B, then that will become a Sanyaku Gyakuten signal. The Kumo is about to be twisted, so this is good. We have to see also the Kumo twist at the time of breakout. So we can expect that to happen next week in this condition. Alright, yeah, good to see you everyone, and thank you for the reminder for the like button. Yeah, if you liked it so far, please press the good button so that it keeps me going. Alright, good to see you everyone. Nice to see you. Okay, Mirajul says, sir, which is the best weekly or daily chart for day trader? For day trader, I think it's better to stick to the daily chart, not the weekly chart. It's good to watch the weekly chart, but when it comes to following the trends I recommend the daily chart on these Forex pairs. In Forex pairs, especially the major Forex pairs, the weekly trends are very unlikely to find. On the exotics or these minor pairs, we oftentimes we see weekly trends, so we can trade on swing basis. But if you are day trade, then I think a daily chart on these Forex major pairs will be the idea. And make sure you follow the trend. You capture and follow the trend direction is the key. Keith, yeah, I already covered gold, but in case you're, I know a lot of people are joining new on this live stream, so I can cover it once again. So yeah, weekly chart, this is bearish because the price itself is below Kumo, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen, and Chikou span is below the candles. So this is bearish in its momentum, but now direction-wise this is flat. So, and also we have this inside bar on the gold. So once it breaks upwards, then it can go into the Kumo and no trace. But once it breaks downwards, then we might be able to follow the downtrend like this way. So that's a gold weekly chart. But because the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen are in the Kumo here, so this is not really trustable. It might become a fake breakout and it might go upwards this way. So in that sense, you don't want to spend so much time to take trades on gold. I think this is the range, so we better avoid taking trades on such a market. Yeah, pound JPY, I have covered it already, but in case you're joining new, I can cover it again. So pound JPY on the weekly chart is uptrending. Yeah, this is uptrending. So yeah, Kumo is up, both Senkou span B up, A up, and Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen up, and Chikou span above the candle. So this is bullish. This is a clear bullish momentum, so we can expect the market to go up on the next N wave like this. This scenario is possible. Or the market might be supported by the Tenkan-sen, and it can go up like this. Tenkan-sen bounce can be also expected next week. Yeah, so that's the pound JPY. And for pound New Zealand, I don't have it on my watch list, so I will cover it next week. For today, on the weekly chart, weekly analysis, let me focus on these pairs on the right side. Okay, so gold, I covered it, and pound JPY, I just covered it too. Let's see, Hyun says, which broker are you using? I'm using 2 Japanese brokers and 2 foreign brokers. Yep, Well and Omar, you're welcome. And Karim, you're welcome too. Mudassir says, can you trade live so we can also trade? Yeah, in case I have a position, I show my position in live, and in case I see 3 trading edges while I'm doing the live stream, then I will show it to you. Yeah, so it's about the timing when I see these confirmations. Alright, Gabriela, you're welcome. And Aaron, you're welcome too. Let's see. Yeah, Keith says, hello Kay, where can I get those indicators from you're using? And I'd like to learn your strategy. So my indicators, this is Ichimoku indicator. This is in default in TradingView. So you can have it in TradingView too, or MT5. Tenozen says, K, is there any such concept like gold indicator? Good indicator, sorry. Good gold indicator. Good indicator depends on the definition. What do you think is good is, the one you have it. So I think, good indicator is also about how you use it. Yeah, any indicators can be bad or good in both ways. If you don't understand it correctly, then it might harm you. But if you understand it correctly, then it can make you some profits. And basically, I use Ichimoku, and that's why I show my view through Ichimoku indicator. Yeah, Keith, you're welcome. And Kanun says, I think Ichimoku strategy give very less chance to trade on each pairs. If I trade only 5 pairs, I can't get 3 trades per day. Do you get 3 trades per day? No. My answer is no. I only take like 2 trades or 3 trades per week. Yeah, if it's most, then I take 2 trades per day or 3 trades per day, but that will be the most. But usually, I don't trade trades that aggressive because I'm more day to swing trader. So I follow the daily or forward chart and I take trades by 5 or 15 minute time frames. So yeah, if you only have like 5 pairs in the watch list, then you might find less opportunity for taking trades. So you might want to switch other indicator, or you might want to use Ichimoku for supportive indicator. Yeah, because Ichimoku is for the bigger picture of the market. In higher time frames is recommended. Yeah, AUD NZD, please remind me next week because I don't take trades on the New Zealand pairs. So today I would like to cover these pairs on the right side. Okay, yeah, Tenozen, you're welcome. And Chu says, hello Kason, can you analyze Euro data? Yeah, Euro data I covered already, but this one is retracing. Yeah, the price broke the Kijun Sen, Kumo flat, Chikou span touching on this weekly chart, so this is retracing and no trend. But on the lower time frame, this is downtrending, so you can trail by lower time frame until it touches the Kumo on the weekly chart. Yeah, Sinhab also, I'm sorry, the silver is, I don't cover silver today, so please remind me next week sometime. Okay, Adrian says, hello Kay, which additional indicator you like most to use besides Ichimoku additional confirmation? I use Ichimoku only for higher time frames, so I don't use it outside of Ichimoku. Ichimoku price action and line will be just enough on these higher time frames to capture trend direction. Okay, Tommy Lee says, is there any reason not to trade NZD pairs? Yeah, NZD pairs, and also this is also the same for this Swiss franc, CHF pairs, but these are the pairs that are volatile in lower time frames. So there are many fake outs in lower time frames, 5 or 15, and that's why I don't take trades. And also spreads are usually wider than these other pairs because the volume is less on the New Zealand and Swiss franc, and that's why usually the broker spread is wider, and that's another reason why I don't take trades. Okay, Uday says, please give an example of multi-time frame analysis of crude oil. Alright, so let me cover this one lastly and I will end the session. and switch it to the Ichimoku Zoom Cafe soon. So yeah, US oil and multiple time frames. So weekly chart, this is flat Kumo flat Kijun Sen, flat Tenkan Sen, and Chikou span above the candles, and price is above Tenkan Kijun Kumo. So this is bullish in its momentum, but now this is range in its direction. We had the pin bar from last week, and with that in mind, I checked the daily chart. And now it's retracing. As we saw earlier on the weekly, this is retracing on daily chart. And here in the daily chart, we had the Tenkan Kijun dead cross. But Chikou span is still with the candles. So it might break upwards or downwards, and we don't know which way it's going. But once it breaks downwards this way, then it will make the the price go down and into the Kumo. And after Kumo breakout, this will be the Sanyaku Gyakuten signal, so the market can go down afterwards this way. But this is just one of the scenarios. The price might go up from here too, because weekly chart is bullish in its momentum, so it can go up and it can break the Kijun Sen once again. And once we have the next N wave like this in the long term, then that will make the Kumo up and Kijun Sen up also, and Chikou span can break upwards, and that will be the bullish side. So we can look for the buy chance if it happens. But until either one of these happens, we better stay away, because this is ranging and we don't know which way it's going on a daily basis. So this is the weekly chart and daily chart multiple time frame analysis. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today's live session. Thank you for watching until the end. So so every day I do the live streams, or if not, then I upload a video instead, depending on my schedule, and so that you can hopefully learn every day from my YouTube channel based on Ichimoku strategies. So I hope to have a great rest of your weekend, and please stay healthy, please stay safe. I hope best wishes on your trading journey. So stay healthy and stay gold. Alright, bye for now. Mata ne. I say mata ne, and that means see you in Japanese. So mata ne everyone. Thank you.